And Monday morning greetings, everybody. Thanks for joining in again on the Monday Reflection. So we got through our first weekend with our 25 people maximum at Mass. Let me tell you from my perspective, and Father Hans, we've both been talking about it, how different it feels. It just isn't right having our great, big, wonderful church with only 25 people in it. We're so used to having these vibrant, full masses that are just full of energy and camaraderie, and just seeing everyone with a mask on makes it even harder to see any face expressions or anything. So come Holy Spirit and fill in all that we are not able to do with this. At the same time, really glad to see those of you who won the lottery this first time around, that you were able to come and join us for that. Don't be discouraged, your name will come up, so it starts over every week, and those who've already been on get to the bottom of the list, so your chance will come up sooner if you haven't been able to come to Mass yet. And as I've reminded you with the video over the weekend, we will continue to record Masses for weekends. Archbishop Sample has continued his dispensation as well for Mass attendance. So do the best you can, but no guilt if you can't come, or if you don't feel like you want to come because of the potential risk there. So please stay home if there's any doubt at all in your mind. But we'll continue on. And this week I'm gone from today. I'll be leaving at noon and through Friday for my annual retreat. So I thought I'd just tell you just a tad about how I approach retreat as a priest. A hugely important part of my life. So it's a chance to step away from the ministry that I do in a very active, in a very delightful way. I enjoy it so much. And a chance to just focus on my relationship with the Lord. So typically a routine for me, I'll continue to get up early in the morning, spend the early time in prayer. I have just a way of praying that seems to work very well for me. It's a process of surrendering my life and my day to the Lord, of bringing to Him my anxieties, my fears, my joys, the things that are just a part of my life, my gratitude, praying the liturgy, the hours. I'll have Mass each day. Typically in the morning, after breakfast, I'll take a little time for something physical. So it could be a good walk, it could be some work in the grounds, something like that. I've had a long-term relationship with a religious community, so I've always joined them for retreat. Then lunchtime, good nap after lunch. I'm a great believer that rest is a part of what retreat is all about. Just before lunch, because that's usually a pretty alert time for me, I'll take another time for prayer. What I feel that I'm drawn to do this time is some extended time reading from the scriptures in a very prayerful way. If you've been reading Erin's column in the bulletin, she's a number of times put in this process of what we call Lectio Divina, which is just a way of using the sacred scriptures or any spiritual writing as a way of speaking directly to our hearts, as if it's a message from God. So the way I would approach that would be to read a short passage. I'm going to be in John's Gospel, the end of John's Gospel actually. I'll read the passage, maybe just a paragraph, sit with it for a moment, and then think what it is that I'm most grateful for that I've just read in that passage, what it is that I feel sorrow for based on what I've just read, and then finally what it is that I'm asking God for in my own life based on what I just read. So it's a way of allowing the scriptures, in this case, to speak directly into my heart. So I'm not reading it the same way that I would read a book of theology or philosophy or a novel, but I'm reading it specifically as a message to me, guided and directed by the Holy Spirit. So after a nap, if it's not supper time yet, no, I'm kidding, I won't nap all afternoon. Again, I'll probably do something relatively active. I tend to pray well when I'm walking, so I might walk, pray the rosary, might do a little bit more manual labor. And then again, before supper is typically a fairly alert time for me. So I will, again, spend some time with the scriptures, doing the Lectio Divina model, then have simple supper. During meals, I like to just relax, so I'll bring some kind of light reading along, a magazine or a novel, just as a kind of a break from the intensity. You can only pray so much. So I have a pretty relaxed schedule with the whole thing, but I found this works really fruitfully for me in the past. So please pray for me this week as I'm on retreat. I value immensely people's prayers, and I know that you make a huge difference in my life. So I will be praying for you as well. I'm looking forward to this time of quiet and reflection, And we'll be back with you for the weekend as we go right into First Communion weekend with 108 of our children. God bless you and keep you all. Thanks.